This paper explores an often overlooked determinant of personal instability: the erosion of self-trust through repeated internal inconsistency. While common discourse attributes instability to insufficient discipline or motivation, this work proposes that instability more frequently arises from a breakdown in internal reliability. By examining, by examining behavioral patterns, cognitive load, and decision-making fatigue, this paper reframes self-trust as a structural requirement for a well-lived life rather than a personality trait. Many individuals report feeling unstable despite sustained effort toward self-improvement. They plan, reflect, and attempt to act responsibly, yet experience persistent hesitation, fragmentation, and exhaustion. Conventional explanations often cite laziness, distraction, or lack of willpower. This paper proposes an alternative explanation. Instability emerges when individuals no longer trust their own intentions to translate into action. This loss of trust does not occur suddenly, nor is it typically conscious. Instead, it develops incrementally through repeated self-interruption, overcommitment, and misalignment between intention and capacity. Understanding this variable is essential for designing a life that is not merely productive, but internally coherent. Self-trust is commonly mistaken for confidence or optimism. In this context, self-trust is defined differently. It is the internal expectation that one's stated intentions are credible and likely to be fulfilled. Structurally, self-trust functions similarly to load-bearing integrity in architecture. When intact, it allows for complexity, ambition, and flexibility. When compromised, even small additional demands create strain. Crucially, self-trust is not reinforced by intensity or aspiration, but by accuracy and consistency. Self-trust erodes through repeated, often well-intentioned behaviors, making plans that exceed available energy or time, postponing decisions without formally closing them, creating aspirational identities without behavioral grounding, using self-criticism as a substitute for structural change. Each instance signals to the internal system that stated intentions are unreliable. Over time, the mind reduces its responsiveness to future plans, leading to hesitation, avoidance, and diminished follow through. This response is not failure, it is adaptive regulation. When self trust is compromised, several observable effects emerge. Number one, decision paralysis. Individuals hesitate not due to lack of options, but lack of belief that decisions will be honored. Number two, motivational volatility. Motivation spikes briefly but collapses quickly as internal systems anticipate inconsistency. Number three, chronic cognitive load. Unclosed intentions accumulate as unresolved pressure, increasing your mental fatigue. And number four, identity fragmentation. The individual oscillates between versions of themselves without consolidation. These consequences are often misdiagnosed as character flaws rather than structural signals. Traditional discipline frameworks emphasize force, control, and repetition, while effective short term, they often fail to restore internal trust because they prioritize outcome over integrity. So, this paper argues that consistency should be reframed as reliability, not frequency. A single promise kept consistently holds more structural value than multiple ambitious plans repeatedly abandoned. A well lived life is not defined by maximal output, but by internal coherence. Stability arises when an individual becomes predictable to themselves in the most basic sense. This does not require radical transformation, it requires restraint, making fewer promises, closing loops intentionally, designing plans that respect your current reality and everything around you, allowing identity to follow behavior, not precede it. When self trust is restored, effort decreases while effectiveness increases. So, instability is not always a sign of disorder. Often, it is a system signaling overload and mistrust. Addressing this requires neither harsher discipline nor renewed motivation, but structural repair. Rebuilding self trust is not dramatic, it is quiet, incremental, and deeply stabilizing. A life that stands do- a life that stands does so because its internal foundations are sound. So if this perspective clarifies something you have struggled to articulate, consider engaging this video. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're really serious about thinking how to live well, because we create video uh, like this every day, inshallah. And please share this work with someone who is trying sincerely, even if they may feel unstable. Progress begins when structure replaces self accusation.